Welcome back to sunny Cornwall. Today we are talking about EF 70-200, a lens that is 20 years old. I think it was released in 2001, so nearly 20 years old. And this particular version I have personally owned for probably at least 12 years. And it's a lens that I've used quite a lot over the years. Have I got my money out of it? Oh yes, it was good value for money. I bought it second hand, probably about £1,000, which was a lot of money back then. It still is a lot of money, but I don't remember the L lenses being £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, which they are nowadays. Maybe they were. I can't remember the original price of these. But obviously RF lenses nowadays are getting pretty expensive. But this lens I don't really use that often. It's maybe it's down to my shooting style. It's changed over the years, but it's not a lens that gets used that often. But I did a job a couple of months ago, in between lockdowns, and I used this lens quite a lot over a 2-day shoot, and it was amazing. Paired with the RF to EF mount, the adapter, it's great, amazing lens. Got it back to the office, got on the image on the computer, and I don't know, I just wasn't happy. They just didn't, don't know, I just wasn't happy with them. It's the first time I've put an image on the computer and thought, these images just don't look right. I don't know if it was a little bit soft or just I don't know. There was just something about them that, I mean, the creatively, artistically, the images were fine, but technically it just didn't look right. So it got me thinking, have EF lenses run their course? With, after 20 years, I mean, obviously this is the original lens, this is the Mark I from 20 years ago. So a 20-year-old lens paired with a modern camera at 30, whatever it is, 32, 34, 38 megapixel, I can't remember. Can it still stand up to a professional job? And to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't think it can. All my lenses, bar one, I own one RF lens, which was the 35 f2, just a tiny little lens they've got there, and that's my kind of make the camera as small as possible for carrying around, just snapping. Everything else I've got is still an EF mount, so 1635, 85, 105, 7200, the Sigma 2435, Sigma 50, all EF mounts, and I use them regularly with the EF to RF adapter, and no problems at all. They all seem sharp, they all are spot on. Obviously getting 20 years out of a bit of equipment is pretty good going. It certainly paid for itself, and I still stand by a video that I made earlier, a few months ago now, about why I still use a 5D Mark II, why I've still got one of those lying around. It's, they are amazing cameras. These are still, with the 5D Mark II, are still an amazing lens. But I think maybe it's the modern cameras that are just now showing the flaws in these sorts of cameras. At the end of the day, can the client tell the difference? Probably not, to be honest. But that's not the point. When I'm shooting for a paying client, whether it's a large corporate job over days, whether it's just someone headshots for for an hour, I feel it's my duty, my obligation to provide the best images that I can. That's what I do, and whether that's creatively or artistically or technically, I want to give the client the best quality, the best images that I can. After all, that's why they would come to me, come to any professional photographer. That's what you go to a professional photographer for, because you want the quality, you want the creativity, you want the whole package. So what does it mean for me, for my business going forward? Well, for starters, it means 70-200 RF. my first proper RF lens. I just feel it needs to be done. It just needs to be, it basically needs to be done. But other than that, it will be a slow upgrade. My other lenses, I feel are still fine. They're still sharp. They're still perfectly good in working order. So it will be a very slow upgrade, switch over, whatever you want to call it, to RF, in an attempt to, I suppose, future-proof my system for another 20 years. I'm not someone that's jumped to Nikon, jumped to Sony because the A7 blah 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 blah. I've stuck with Canon. I like them. They work. They're amazing cameras. And since the 5D Mark I, I've been with Canon, and I'm more than happy with what they come out with. So yeah, it's going to be a slow upgrade over the years. If I feel the need, if something breaks, then an RF. But for the moment, as I said, the EF to RF adapter is a work of genius. It just makes EF lenses better. I don't know how, but with the focus points on the camera, the EF lenses are amazing. But all my EF lenses are slightly newer than this one. This 7200 is my oldest lens by a mile. But I'm going to hang on and see what Sigma pull out the bag. I've been a big fan of Sigma lenses. I've owned quite a few, and when they first came out with the art range, it was phenomenal. The quality, the price point was absolutely bonkers. So I'm going to hang on and see the Sigma RF mounts, see what they have to offer before I fully commit to all Canon RFs. But Sigma's that's a different video. I love the Sigma stuff, and there's good reasons why. But let me know what you think. What's the oldest bit of kit you still use regularly? Leave a comment below. Are you still happy with a 20-year-old lens? Let me know what you think.